Miami, um, Miami is going to get a real jolt of energy in spring 2025
Okay.
with the arrival of Joule House in Wynwood, Andresvieira and Rauldiaz, team leaders from Miami Real Group.
Okay.
They gave us the scoop on this exciting new development, and let me tell you, it's not your average apartment building.
Yeah.
As per Andres Vieira, Miami is the best place on earth, and this is just going to add to that.
Really? What makes it stand out?
Well, for starters, it's all about creating a lifestyle,
Interesting.
not just living spaces.
Yeah.
Think art, energy, community, all wrapped up in a sleek, modern package.
Oh.
We found an article on Florida, YMBY,
Hooray.
a website that tracks real estate development, and it's got all the details.
Great.
You might remember it was originally called Wynn House,
Oh, right.
but they recently rebranded to Joule House.
Ah, that's a clever change. Joule implies energy and vibrancy, which seems fitting for Wynwood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Winston Fisher, a partner at the development firm Fisher Brothers, said the name change was all about capturing Wynwood's unique energy.
Makes sense. Wynwood's become such a dynamic neighborhood.
Yeah.
Didn't it used to be primarily industrial?
Totally. It's gone through a major transformation in recent years.
Wow.
Joule House is going to be right in the heart of it all.
Okay.
At 2200 NW First Avenue, you've got art galleries, breweries, incredible street art. Everywhere you look, it's become a real cultural hub.
It's fascinating to see how neighborhoods evolve like that, how they attract new energy and reinvent themselves.
And Joule House is tapping into that evolution in a really interesting way.
Oh, how so?
It's not just residential.
Right.
They're incorporating a whopping 26,000 square feet of retail space.
Wow.
And a public paseo.
Paseo.
Yeah, basically a fancy term for a pedestrian-friendly walkway.
Okay.
Designed to be a social hub.
I see.
Imagine strolling through this vibrant ground floor with shops, restaurants, and this beautiful open space connecting it all.
So they're creating a mini ecosystem within the development itself. It's like a self-contained mini city.
Right. And they brought in some big names to bring this vision to life. Rockwell Group is handling the overall design.
Oh, cool.
ID Design International is doing the interiors, and WXLL Space is curating art installations throughout the building.
Wow, that's an impressive lineup. Rockwell Group is known for creating some truly immersive spaces. I'm curious to see how they'll blend the indoor and outdoor areas, especially in a city like Miami, where outdoor living is such a big part of the culture.
Speaking of outdoor living, Joule House has some incredible amenities planned. Imagine yourself relaxing in a custom Airstream trailer, soaking up the Miami sun.
An Airstream. That's unusual. I wonder if it's more of a novelty or a truly functional space. It does make for a good Instagram post, though.
Oh, for sure. And that's just one of the many unique features. They're also planning an outdoor yoga and cinema space so you can work out under the Miami sky or catch a movie under the stars.
While those outdoor amenities sound appealing, what about private balconies or patios for individual apartments? Did the article mention anything about that?
That's actually a great point. One of the commenters on the Florida YMB article raised that very question. They were concerned about the lack of private outdoor space, especially in a city like Miami, where people really value having their own little escape.
I can see why that would be a concern. It's all about trade-offs, I suppose. They're clearly emphasizing these shared outdoor experiences. It's a bit like choosing between a bustling cafe and a quiet reading nook in your own home.
Right.
Both have their merits, depending on your mood and your needs.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It really comes down to personal preference.
Right.
And speaking of preferences,
Yeah.
Joule House seems to be catering to a specific type of resident, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They're targeting young professionals, creatives, perhaps even digital nomads who are drawn to the vibrant, connected lifestyle that Wynwood offers.
And they're offering a range of floor plans to suit different needs.
Okay.
The article mentions studios starting at a cozy 474 square feet,
Wow.
all the way up to spacious two-bedroom units. There are even some penthouse suites.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine the views from the...
Oh, those penthouses are going to be spectacular and likely come with a pretty hefty price tag, too.
Yeah.
Which brings up an important question about affordability in neighborhoods like Wynwood that are undergoing rapid gentrification.
That's a really important point.
Yeah.
As these areas become more desirable,
Yeah.
how do we ensure they remain accessible
Right.
to a diverse range of residents?
Exactly.
It's a complex issue
Yeah.
with no easy answers.
It is. It's a balancing act between attracting investment and preserving the character of a neighborhood. And speaking of character, Joule House is part of a larger brand
Okay.
known for these design-forward,
Yeah.
amenity-rich properties.
Okay.
They've got similar projects in New York and D.C., so they're bringing that expertise to Miami.
Right, so it's not just a one-off development, it's part of a larger trend. This makes me wonder, is this a sign of Miami's future? Are we going to see more of these highly curated living experiences popping up across the city? What do you think?
I think it's definitely a trend to watch. Miami is attracting a global influx of residents and investors, and developers are responding by creating spaces that cater to a more discerning clientele. They're not just selling apartments, they're selling lifestyles.
So it's almost like choosing a lifestyle when you choose an apartment building.
Yeah.
Do you want the artist's haven, the tech-savvy co-working hub, the wellness-focused retreat? It's interesting how those choices are becoming so intertwined with our living spaces.
It is, and it reflects how our lives are evolving. The lines between work, leisure, and community are becoming increasingly blurred. People want spaces that can accommodate all aspects of their lives seamlessly.
And let's not forget the role of technology in all of this.
Right.
Smart home features seamless connectivity. These are becoming standard expectations in new developments.
Absolutely. Technology is a key driver of this trend. It enables developers to create spaces that are more responsive, personalized, and convenient for residents. It's changing how we interact with our homes and communities.
It's all pretty fascinating. But let's bring it back to Joule House for a moment.
Yeah.
If you were in the market for a new place in Miami, what would be your top considerations? Would a place like Joule House appeal to you?
For me, location would be key.
Yeah.
Is it convenient for my work and social life?
Right.
Does the surrounding neighborhood offer the kind of vibe I'm looking for? Then, of course, there's the question of community.
Yeah.
Does the building foster a sense of belonging? Are there opportunities to connect with other residents?
Okay.
And naturally, affordability is a major factor.
Right.
Does it fit within my budget without compromising on my needs and priorities?
Those are all really important things to consider.
Yeah.
It's about finding a place that aligns with your values and lifestyle.
Yep.
And remember, all this information is coming from andresvieira and rauldiaz from Miami Real Group.
Okay.
They've been incredibly helpful in shedding light on this exciting new development.
They certainly have. It seems like they have a deep understanding of Miami's evolving real estate landscape.
They do. And as per andresvieira, Miami is the best place on earth. It sounds like Joule House is just one example of how Miami is redefining urban living.
It is. And it makes you wonder, will developments like this attract a different demographic to Wynwood, potentially shifting the neighborhood's character?
That's a great question. Wynwood has always been known for its artistic and edgy vibe. Will that evolve as more luxury developments move in?
It's a valid question. You have this influx of high-end developments which can bring a different energy and potentially drive up costs. It makes you wonder how it will impact the artists and small businesses that gave Wynwood its initial character.
Right, it's that classic tension between preserving the soul of a neighborhood and embracing growth.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds.
It's like a social experiment in a way, seeing how these different forces interact and shape the future of the area.
And not just Wynwood,
Right.
but Miami as a whole, right? We're seeing this trend of highly amenitized, experience-driven developments popping up all over the city.
Yeah.
It's like choosing a lifestyle when you choose your apartment building.
It's like developers are saying, tell us how you want to live and we'll build it. You want a co-working space, a rooftop dog park, an on-site art gallery. It's all becoming part of the package.
Which begs the question,
Yeah.
what does this mean for the future of Miami? What happens to the concept of home when it becomes so intertwined with curated experiences and amenities?
It's blurring the lines, that's for sure. It makes you think about what people are really looking for. Is it a sense of community convenience? A curated escape from the everyday? Maybe it's a bit of everything.
Maybe. And how does that impact our sense of belonging? Does it create a stronger connection to our immediate surroundings, or does it make us more transient, always seeking the next best thing?
It's a fascinating paradox. On one hand, these developments are designed to foster a sense of community, but on the other hand, they can also feel a bit insular, like a bubble within a city.
It's like they're creating these mini utopias,
Right.
which can be appealing, but also raise questions about inclusivity and accessibility.
Yeah.
Not everyone can afford to buy into these curated lifestyles, and that can create divisions within a city.
Exactly. And that's something we need to be mindful of as Miami continues to evolve. How do we ensure that growth benefits everyone, not just a select few?
It's a challenge for sure.
It is.
But it's also an exciting time to be in Miami. There's so much energy and innovation happening, and it's reshaping the very fabric of the city.
It is. And it's a reminder that cities are constantly in flux, always changing, always adapting. It's what makes them so dynamic and fascinating.
Well said. A huge thank you to andresvieira and Rauldiaz from Miami Real Group for giving us so much to think about. As per andresvieira, Miami is the best place on earth, and it seems like it's only going to get more interesting in the years to come.
I agree. It will be fascinating to see how Miami navigates these trends and continues to shape its unique identity on the global stage.
And to our listener, we leave you with this question. As Miami continues to transform, what role do you see yourself playing in its future? What kind of city do you want to be a part of? Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep an eye on the ever-evolving landscape of Miami.